community and all that Ossining has to offer and how to navigate our community. So welcome, Ola. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Peace, salam, and shalom to everybody. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the infinitely compassionate and merciful. I will also use a prayer by Prophet Moses in both Arabic and English. قل ربي اشرح لي صدري ويحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. O my Lord, open for me my chest, grant me self-confidence, contentment, and boldness, and ease my task for me, and make loose the knot from my tongue that they understand my speech. So in plain English, this means I hope I say everything correctly and that you will understand me. Before I begin, I would like us to take a moment to think about all the people locally and in the world that are suffering and don't have a home or a family, especially the children. Thank you to Dana Levenberg for inviting me today. My name is Ola Nasser, and I'm the founder of Our Common Beliefs. I'm not a scholar, but a student of the Quran and Islam. However, I felt compelled to begin Our Common Beliefs after being a victim and survivor of several very scary hate crimes right here in Westchester County that happened a few years ago. And 2 of them happened in Briarcliff and Ossining, my hometowns. I officially began Our Common Beliefs in March 2017. My vision for Our Common Beliefs is to share the commonality between our Abrahamic faiths from the Islamic perspective, and by doing so to bring love and harmony between our Christian, Jewish, and other faith groups in our community. I believe that through love, knowledge, and education, we can eradicate hate. I'm honored to be here today to welcome the newly elected officials of the town of Ossining and village of Ossining that also represent Briarcliff, and elected officials that represent our county and state. I pray for their continued success in striving to work together against any kind of present or future adversity. I believe in their vision, unity, and hard work, and that they will continue to ensure the diversity of our 2 towns, county, and state, and to make each and every one of us feel that they are part of the fabric of this community. We all need to collectively pray with all of our hearts and souls for love, peace, harmony, and health and safety to our community, country, and worldwide. Our Common Beliefs has most recently been working with the newly formed organization that everybody's heard about today, Ossining for Refugees, as a supporting organization, among many other supporting organizations. It gives me such great pleasure to work with so many kind, loving, giving, and energetic people who are donating so much of their time, energy to help total strangers who I'm sure will eventually become their lifelong friends. It has been an honor for me to work with everyone, but especially our dynamic leader, Ted Berger of the Briarcliff Congregational Church, and Dana Levenberg. My parents immigrated to the United States with my brother and I on December 10th, 1967, from Alexandria, Egypt to Ossining, New York. I was 9 years old. We lived across Nelson Park, which I loved to play in all the time. It was very hard for me to adjust as a child, as I missed my extended family very much. My extended family lived very close to our home in Alexandria. My parents also struggled tremendously. My dad had to start his career from scratch at 37 years old. He was an architect. He had his own architectural firm and pipe factory in Egypt, and he had to leave all that behind in the hopes that his children, my brother and I, would have a better future. A huge challenge. My mom started working part-time in the Ossining Public Library as a page and loved it so much she got her master's in library science from Columbia University and worked her way up and became the assistant library director for many years. I miss my late parents so much and truly appreciate their love and struggle for us. It is important that we open our hearts, time, and pocketbooks to help others. It is also important for us to show compassion with no judgment. Let us be extra sensitive and caring for others who have gone through so much hardship that we could never imagine. And during this time of year, let us be more kind and giving. If you'd like to volunteer for Ossining for Refugees, please let me know also. The following are some prayers from the Quran in English about charity and humankind, and a saying or hadith from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that I would like to highlight. This is from the 2nd chapter in the Quran, called Surat al-Baqarah, the cow, chapter 2, and there's a few ayahs or verses that I will highlight. Be steadfast in prayer, practice regular charity, and bow down your heads with those who bow down. Worship none but Allah or God. Treat with kindness your parents and kindred, and orphans and those in need. Speak fair to the people, be steadfast in prayer, and practice regular charity. Be steadfast in prayer and regular in charity. Whatever good you send forth for your souls before you, you shall find it with God, for God sees all that you do. They ask thee that they should spend in charity. Say, whatever you spend that is good is for parents and kindred, and orphans and those in want, and for wayfarers. And whatever you do that is good, Allah knows it well. Charity is for those in need, who in Allah's cause are restricted from travel and cannot move about in the land seeking for trade or work. Those who in charity spend of their goods by night and by day, in secret and public, have their reward with their Lord. On them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. Those who believe and do good deeds of righteousness and establish regular prayers and regular charity will have their reward with their Lord. On them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. The next prayer is from chapter 49. It's called Surat al-Hajarat, the private rooms. Verse 13. O humankind, we have created you of a male and a female, and we made you into races and tribes, that you may know one another. The most noble and honorable of you in the sight of God are those of you who are most conscientious. And God is omniscient, all-knowing, fully aware. Lastly, a saying or hadith from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Prophet Muhammad said, all mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab has any superiority over an Arab. Also, a white has no superiority over a black, nor a black has any superiority over white, except by piety and good action. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's open our hearts to the stranger. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before we move on to our next installation, which will be with our town supervisor,